Hello my friends, today I'm going to review the wonderful Smith & Wesson M&P 5.7. This is a crazy awesome gun, and I'm going to tell you the 5 things I like about it and the 5 things I hate about it, okay? Let's get started. The first thing I like about this gun is that it shoots the 5.7 by 28 millimeter round. The reason I like that so much is because the 5.7 by 28 was actually designed to be an armor-piercing round. Now, it's kind of hard to get the armor-piercing rounds if you're a civilian, but you still can get them if you look really hard and you know where to look. But if you know where to look, you can get the SS190 cartridges, which are a steel-tipped aluminum core 31 grain bullet that is traveling at about 2,350 feet per second. That's very fast for such a small round with a steel tip. The SS190 will actually penetrate level 3A armor at 200 meters. That's 219 yards. I've even seen some YouTubers penetrate Kevlar with the non-SS190 rounds, the regular sporting rounds, which are not supposed to be armor piercing. They somehow can still penetrate armor given the right conditions. So this is the ammo that I was telling you about, the 5.7 by 28. To me it looks like a 5.56 NATO that's been shrunk down. The second thing I like about this gun is it's got this awesome threaded barrel, so I can use my suppressor with it. I love shooting this with my suppressor. It is so awesome. And it uses just the regular 22 caliber suppressor, since that's what this is, a 22 caliber gun. The third thing I like about this gun is it's got the optic mount here, so I can put a red dot on it. So the fourth thing I like about this gun is that it's ultra low recoil. It's pushing out a round at Mach 2 and it barely pops up any. It's really easy to keep your sights on target because it barely bounces up when you shoot it. The fifth thing I like about this gun, the magazine holds 22 rounds, and then you got a round in the chamber for 23 rounds. That's beautiful. So those are the 5 things that I like about this pistol. Now I'm going to tell you the 5 things I don't like about this pistol. The first thing I don't like about this gun is it's made out of plastic. I hate plastic guns. Second thing, to me this looks like an ugly gun. I don't like the way it looks. For some reason it just looks ugly to me. So whatever. That's number 2. Number 3 I don't like about it is sometimes there's magazine feeding issues. Sometimes the rounds won't go up, and so you shoot a round and they're stuck down, and so they don't come up, so it doesn't feed. And there is a solution to it. You can always put some WD-40 on it or some gun oil, and I've done that and that helps. So the fourth thing I don't like about this is the trigger. That is a crappy, plasticky feeling trigger. It feels like a Glock trigger, and Glock's got the worst triggers. I don't like that this Smith & Wesson has a Glock trigger. The fifth thing I don't like about this gun is it is a very expensive gun to shoot. The cheapest rounds I can find are 50 cents a round. The average price of rounds for this, what I'm seeing in stores, are pretty much $1 a round. Like, I mean, you can get them 89 cents a round, but they're hovering from like 89 cents a round to $1.20. I mean, that is really expensive for a 22 caliber. I don't like paying a lot of money to shoot, especially as much as I shoot. So those are the 5 things I don't like about this gun. When we get out to the range, one of the things I'm going to do is shoot a 1/2 inch thick of AR-500 steel from point blank range. And I'm going to shoot the regular rounds and I'm going to shoot the armor piercing rounds. The SS190s, the armor piercings, were actually designed to pierce Kevlar armor, not metallic armor. Okay, so since we're going to be shooting AR-500 steel, I don't have high hopes that it's going to penetrate it. It's different physics penetrating steel versus penetrating Kevlar. We'll see what happens, but I don't have high hopes. Anyway, let's head out to the range. I'll see you there. We're at the range and we're going to shoot the Smith & Wesson M&P 5.7, but we're not going to shoot it like this. We got to protect our ears, so we're going to put on our hearing protection. 5.7 by 28 suppressed. These are going to be supersonic rounds, so we're going to hear the crack, but it's still going to be hearing safe. By the way, this is what we're shooting, the Federal American Eagle 5.7 by 28. We got our targets down the range about 50 feet away, and we're going to go ahead and see how accurate we are with this gun. I think we got them all. I think this pistol is fairly accurate. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and set up some more targets and then we'll go again. Let's see how well we do this time. That was fun. We got them all. I really like how this gun stays on target after you shoot it. Since the 5.7's a 22 caliber round, it really doesn't kick a whole lot. It just barely pops up a little bit. Even though this has a low felt recoil, I believe that if the chassis was made out of metal, the felt recoil would be even lower, and this would be an even better gun. So we just set up some more targets, and we're gonna have some more fun shooting this gun. Hey, we got them all. This is a fun gun to shoot. It's too bad that it's so darn expensive to shoot. The ammo's like $1 a round, which is ridiculous. You can get different prices. You can get some for cheaper, but average, I would say $1 a round. You know, it's like shooting a 22 that should be 10 cents a round, but you're paying $1 a round. The next thing I'm gonna do is see if we can penetrate 1/2 inch of AR-500 steel with 22 rounds of this Federal American Eagle 5.7 by 28. I'm gonna see if with a magazine I can penetrate this 1/2 inch AR-500 steel. I have this set up to protect me so that I don't get hit with ricochets or spalling. After I shoot this magazine, I'm gonna do 1 magazine of armor piercing rounds. It did absolutely nothing. It didn't nick it or anything. I don't know if you can see in there, but there is literally not even a scratch. It basically just maybe took off some of the paint, if that. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the armor piercing and we'll see what happens. So my guess is that these 5.7 by 28 armor piercing rounds are only armor piercing for like Kevlar type materials. This stuff is not even remotely close to armor piercing for AR-500 steel that is half an inch thick. There's not even a dent or anything. It's just a little scraped up, the middle is right there. Instead of 22 rounds of armor piercing, I did 44 rounds of armor piercing. I wanted to see if there's any way I could get through this. That was an interesting test. Now we know that 5.7 by 28, even the armor piercing stuff, does nothing against AR-500 steel. Absolutely nothing. Don't waste your time. If you value our Second Amendment, show the world by hitting that subscribe button. And if you like this video, please click that like button. Okay? Till next time, stay safe and have fun. Love ya. Bye.